Hi everybody. In this video, I'm going to explain you the basic concept of our project. Okay, you can see this video and you can understand what our project is. You can add anything. If you want to add anything with this, you can add during your presentation. So there is no like compulsion that you have to follow this. So this is just to understand overall thing. You can add whatever you want with this and you can make this video, you can make the presentation. Now, so the title of the project, if you see, machine learning based DDoS. So DDoS means distributed denial of service attack detection in the IoT networks. That means in the Internet of Things network. Okay, so this is the title of the project. Now, so these are the topics we are going to cover here in the presentation. That means the introduction, hardware and software requirements, development methodology, elicitation techniques, project planning, system design, prototyping, conclusion and references. Now, I am going to the part 1. So, the part 1 is an introduction. So, here we are going to discuss about the basic things. That means what is a denial of service attack, what is a distributed denial of service attack, so what is our project, okay, that means the project, what you are trying to solve. So these are the things you are going to discuss in chapter number 1, that means in the introduction. Now, if you take a denial of service attack, what is a denial of service attack means? Okay, so in a denial of service attack, it is a very common attack in networks. So in any network, either in a ordinary network or in a IoT network. So in any networks, a denial of service attack is a very common attack. Okay, so mostly the denial of service attack will come from the external nodes when you are connecting your network with the internet. Okay, so if you are connecting a network with another network or with the internet, you can expect this type of attack, denial of service attack. You can expect it is a very common attack which is going on in the networking field. Now, in this, what will be the consequences? Okay, what is the result or what is the effect of this denial of service attack means loss of availability. So loss of availability means a particular server or a service will be affected. Okay, a server or a service will be affected. If you see in this diagram, so the web server is available. Now an attacker is going to flood. Flooding means is going to send millions of packets at the same time. Okay, and particularly this is an unwanted packets. So millions, hundreds and thousands and millions. Okay, hundreds, thousands, millions of packets. Okay, the attacker can send to a particular target at the same time. So this is called the flooding. So because of the packet, so this machine will crash. Okay, so the availability, the service, the web server will go down. Okay, so the availability will become a question mark. Okay, availability will be compromised. So this is a this is a denial of service attack. Because of denial of service attack, okay, the loss of availability will be compromised. Now, if you go for the distributed denial of service attack, in a distributed denial of service attack, you can see one attacker and one victim. Okay, this person is the victim. The same thing in the previous diagram. So this is the victim and this is the attacker. So attacker is going to send millions of packets at the same time to the web server or in a particular duration of time. So the availability of this machine will be affected. This machine will be crashed. That means victim. This is the victim. Now, in the distributed denial of service attack also the same concept. So attacker will be available and victims will be available, but distributed denial of service attack is very stronger than the denial of service attack. How it will be stronger means here the attacker will use lot of bots. So these are all called bots, B-O-T-S, bots, or we can say a botnet. Okay, so using the botnets, okay, so the attacker can send a huge volume of packets. Okay, a huge volume of packets. That means flooding, we discussed in the previous slide, flooding. Here flooding. Okay, that means a huge packet of, okay, huge number of packet will be sent to the victim at the same time. So distributed denial of service attack will be more stronger. Okay, it is a more stronger attack comparing with the denial of service attack. So both distributed DDoS, that means distributed denial of service attack or denial of service attack, anything, because of these attacks, loss of availability, the system resource will be lost, that means the availability will be compromised. Now the next one you can see IoT networks. Now IoT, Internet of Things, is the latest technology. So the number of IoT devices, or IoT sensors are increasing day by day. So the number of IoT devices used in this world, it is increasing drastically. It is increasing. So every day, hundreds and thousands and millions of devices added in this world. Now, according to the research, at the end of 2030, there will be around 125 billion internet connected devices in this world. So 125 billion devices will be connected in this world. And also the report given by McKinsey Global Institute, they estimate the economic impact, that means the revenue generated, or the economic turnover, so it will be around $3.9 to $11.1 trillion at the end of 2025. So it shows the IoT networks are growing. So people started using the IoT networks, and the revenue generated, the economic created by the IoT network is becoming a huge thing. This is the growth of IoT networks. Now, at the same time, the attacks on the IoT networks is also increasing. In 2016, so a very popular attack, the name of the attack is called Mirai attack. So in this attack, so many IoT networks were used and attacked, by the distributed denial of service attack. So because of this, in US, most areas, of US, United States of America, it was affected in 2016 without internet connection, and without, some servers were down, and even, millions of amount were lost in that. So this is a very big, a very huge attack in the history of information security, in which, around 6,000, that means around 6 lakhs IoT devices were infected in this particular attack. So this shows denial of service attack is very common, and it is very strong, and it is available in the IoT networks also. So we need to come with a solution, in order to detect the distributed denial of service attacks, in order to control the distributed denial of service attack in the IoT networks. We need some system, we need some solutions. Now already there are some systems available, some already existing systems available, but the existing systems are not artificial intelligence based. They are not artificial intelligence based. They can simply stop the packets, or they can allow the packets. But whereas we need some system to detect and to stop the distributed denial of service attack in the IoT networks by using artificial intelligence concepts. Now in this project, in our project, we propose a detection system. That means we propose a distributed denial of service attack detection system for the Internet of Things networks by using machine learning concepts. So our aim is to develop an efficient machine learning system, a machine learning based distributed denial of service attack detection system to control or to detect the distributed denial of service attacks in the Internet of Things network. Now in our proposed system, we are going to develop a system to monitor the distributed denial of service attacks on the IoT networks. And also our system, we are going to develop, it is going to be more accurate, high accuracy level. So we are going to detect the distributed denial of service attack with high accuracy level. And also we are going to use the machine learning algorithms, that means supervised learning algorithms we are going to use, So particularly what type of algorithms we are going to use means we are going to use these three algorithms, machine learning algorithms, that means the KNN algorithms, decision tree and naive Bayes classifier. So these are the three algorithms, okay, machine learning algorithms, that means supervised learning algorithms we are going to use to detect or to classify the different types of attacks in a IoT network. So we are going to classify the types of attacks in a IoT network based on the machine language algorithms, okay, to detect the distributed denial of service attack in the IoT networks. Now here our system, our proposed system is going to work based on this. The detection is going to based on that. That means distributed denial of attack, DDoS attack, we are going to detect based on the number of endpoints. So endpoints means the devices, that means the devices in the IoT network. Then at the regular interval of time, so our system is going to monitor the network in a regular interval of time, okay, between the packets. Then the types of packets, so we are going to show this in the next slide, the types of packets and the malicious activities. So based on these parameters our proposed system is going to focus. That means our proposed system is going to work based on the regular intervals of time, number of endpoints, okay, that means regular time intervals between the packets, types of packets and the malicious activities. Okay, these are the 4 different parameters, okay, our system is going to focus. Then if you take the types of packets, so these are all the different types of packets that our system is going to monitor. Okay, so one is the ICMP flooding. So ICMP flooding means it is a ping packets, the packets which are, okay, coming as a ping, the ping packets. Then UDP packets, TCP packets, sync packets. So sync packet is the first packet in a TCP connection establishment. So sync packet will be used for most of the denial of service attack. So our system is going to classify or it is going to identify the sync attacks also, and also we are going to focus on the packets per second. That means the number of packets reaching. If more number of packet comes to a network in 1 second means it could be a denial of service attack. So based on the packets per second also we can detect whether it is a distributed denial of service attack or not. Okay, then we are going to identify the denial of service attack, and okay, you can remove this point no need. Okay, so remove this particular point in the slide. Okay, so these are the different types of packets, okay, we are going to focus. So this is our the proposed system's features, the features of the proposed system. So this is about our the project, that means this is about our problem, okay, the problem statement. Now, so let me go for the hardware and software requirements. If you explain this clearly up to this, okay, your project is over. Okay, so you have to clearly explain this up to this, it should be very clear. Now, so we are going for the hardware and software requirements. So let us see what are the minimum hardware requirements, okay, and also the recommended hardware requirements for our system. Okay, you can read it, so I don't want to explain this. Okay, please kindly go through this. Now, if you go for the software requirements, so the very important thing is we are going to use Contiki OS operating system. So Contiki operating system is a version of Linux. Okay, it is a version of Linux operating system. In the Contiki operating system, we have a simulator. The name of the simulator is called Kuja simulator. So the Kuja simulator is one of the very popular simulator for the IoT networks. Okay, in order to simulate the IoT networks, Kuja is a very popular simulator, okay, for the IoT networks. Like Packet Tracer. For Packet Tracer is a simulator software. You can make our networks. Okay, you can have the computers, you can have the switch, router. So that is for the ordinary network simulation. Kuja is a software which will be used, okay, for simulating the IoT networks. You can design the IoT networks in Kuja. Okay, so this is the concept. Now, and we are going to use the data set as we are going for the machine learning concept. In a machine learning concept, okay, the very important thing is the data set. So we are going to use this particular data set. Okay, NBAIoT. So this is the data set we are going to use in this project. Now, so let me go to the next one. It is a development methodology. So development methodology, we followed, okay, the development methodology is a agile. So agile methodology, if you take agile methodology, why we selected agile methodology means, so the agile methodology is going to offer these are the features. Okay, I'm not going to read one by one, you can explain, but you have to talk like this. So the agile we selected, okay, because of this reason. So agile features, so it is on-time delivery of projects without cost overruns, high quality product instead of inefficient software, good design of code which is easily maintainable, customer first approach, communication and collaboration, empower development teams. So because of these features, we selected the agile methodology. So in agile methodology, there are so many methodologies available. So particularly in agile, we are going for the Scrum, SCRUM, Scrum methodology. So if you take the Scrum methodology, so these are the different phases of Scrum methodology, okay, agile Scrum. So pre-planning meeting, planning meeting, execution of sprint task, review meeting, and then retrospective meeting. So these are the different phases available. So if you want, you can explain about this, you can see in your report, but generally, okay, pre-planning meeting means, so this is just without, okay, that means pre-planning means, that means before the first level of meeting, okay, with the members. So we all 3 members, we are working online, so we are not at the same place. So we had a pre-planning meeting among ourselves, so that means among the students. Then we had a planning meeting with our supervisor. Okay, so this planning meeting will be conducted with the help of the supervisor. So supervisor will be involved in this. Then execution of sprint task. Sprint means small task. So we started with small task. So we divided our work into activities. Okay, we are going to show the activities later. Okay, in the coming slides, you can see the activities. So small activities we divided, and then, okay, we started working on the activities. The individuals, okay, they will start working with the activities. Then once the activities, all the activities or the task completed, we are going for the review meeting. So in the review meeting, okay, we are going to discuss whether all the tasks are completed or not. So once if it is completed, we are having a formal, okay, a formal meeting. So in this meeting, that means the retrospective meeting, we are going for the next step. Okay, we are going for the next step. So it is going to be an iterative process. So these steps will be repeated for each and every task. It will be repeated. Okay, each task or each activity, these steps will be repeated. Now, so the next step is, okay, elicitation technique. So in the elicitation technique, data collection. So we use the literature survey. Okay, literature survey. That means many research papers. Okay, these are the following research papers. Okay, we downloaded from the internet and we went to these research papers to identify the drawbacks. Of the existing system. So based on that drawbacks, okay, we designed our proposed system to overcome the drawbacks of the proposed system. So elicitation technique is a literature review. Now the next step is a project planning. So as far as project planning is concerned, we divided our entire project into 13 different tasks. So okay, tasks or activities. So these are the list of activities. Then for every activity, we identify the duration. So what is the minimum duration needed to develop that particular task or to complete that particular task. And also we identify the dependencies. So dependency means, that means this particular activity can start only after completing 1, 2, 3. So this particular activity can start only after completing the activity 4. So like that, we identify the dependencies also. Then, so we assign each and every task. Okay, you can say task or we can say as an activity. Okay, you can use any word. So every activities we assign to a member of our group. So based on our methodology, okay, Agile Scrum methodology. So we had a pre-planned meeting, then we had a meeting, okay, and we executed all the steps of our Agile technology we executed. Now, based on this list of activities, dependencies and duration, okay, we draw our network diagram. So this is the network diagram of the proposed system. So all the 13 activities are displayed here with the duration, whatever the duration, and also with the dependencies. Now, if you see the network diagram, so the very important thing is the critical path. So the critical path of our project is, okay, from T1, T4, T5, T9 to T12 and then T13 and end. So this is our critical path. So that means this is the path which takes the more duration. Okay, the more duration it takes. So the duration is not included. You can type it here. Okay, how many weeks? Please type it. Okay, how many weeks here? So, okay, for example, I'm taking 20 weeks. So the critical path, okay, that means the longest one or which takes more time is the critical path. So here our project takes 20. Okay, so 20, I'm using 20 as an example. You check how many in the report. So 20 weeks of time it takes. So this is about the network diagram. Now we converted our network diagram into a Gantt chart. So this is the Gantt chart. So the beginning of the project and the ending of the project. So we are planning to complete the project, okay, by the end of July, but based on the timing we will manage, we will adjust it, okay, and we are planning to complete it in the first week of June. Okay, June 2021 we are planning to complete. So actually we started from this in the last week of December. Okay, don't tell all these things. Okay, so what you say, I repeat. So in the Gantt chart, we converted the network diagram into the Gantt chart. So this is the Gantt chart shown here. So we are planning to complete, okay, our project, the complete implementation with the documentation, everything. It is expected to complete in the June, okay, at the end, mid of June 2021, sorry, July 2021. But we will plan, we are going to complete it, okay, in the June itself. Okay, that is we are planning. Now, so as the next one is a system design. If you see the system design, okay, so this is the block diagram of the proposed system. So the block diagram consists of 4 major modules. So the first part is a data collection part. Second one is the feature and machine learning algorithm selection. The third part is attack detection, and then fourth part or the fourth module is the notification or alert. You can use a module, okay, the word module will be better. So data collection module, feature and machine learning algorithm selection module, attack detection module, notification, okay, or alert module. So these are the 4 different modules available in our proposed system. So now let us discuss about each and every module. Now I'm going for the data collection module. So in the data collection module, NBAIoT. So this is the data set that we are going to download from the internet. So this, okay, it is a very popular data set used by the IoT researchers. So the people, those who do IoT research, okay, that means the research in the IoT attacks, okay, particularly denial of service attack, distributed denial of service attack. If anybody wants to do the research, so they can download this data set. So this data set is around 20 GB. Okay, 20 GB of data set is available. So it is a very popular, okay, so we are going to download this. So this is the first data set. The second data set we are going to create by ourselves. So here, okay, we are going to have a traffic generator. That means we are going to have some IoT devices. Okay, so we have in our labs. So from these IoT devices, we are going to enable these IoT devices and we are going to capture the packets. Okay, the capturing the packet, that means the capturing, okay, by using the Wireshark tool, we are going to capture the packets and we are going to generate our own data we are going to collect. Now, these 2 data things I'm going to connect, we are going to connect it, okay, that means the data set downloaded from the internet, the data set created by us. Okay, so the 2 data set we are going to merge together and we are going to make it as a database. Okay, so this is going to be the signature database for us. So from this only we are going to identify the attacks. So this is step number 1, module number 1. It is a data collection. Now the second module of the proposed system, okay, the second module of the proposed system is feature and machine learning selection. The second module of the proposed system is the feature and machine learning algorithm selection. Now, in this particular module, so what we are going to do means we are going to create a model. So this model, it is going to be a trained model, and this model is used for detecting the attacks. Now, for creating this model, okay, a machine learning model, So we are going to use the signature database which is collected in module number 1. Okay, in module number 1 we created this signature module, signature database. So this we are going to use there. So the signature, from the signature database, it is a huge collection of attacks. So from these attacks, the data categorizer. So the data categorizer, it is going to categorize the data. Okay, that means it is going to categorize the malicious attacks and non-malicious traffic. That means packets. It is going to classify the packets. This is a collection of packet. Okay, you don't tell all this thing. Okay, I'm explaining to you to understand. So this is a collection of packets. Okay, captured packets. So in the data categorizer, it is going to categorize, okay, which are all the attacks, which are all non-attacks. Okay, we can say like this: the attack packets or legitimate packets. Okay, or non-attack packets. So this is going to detect. Then the feature selection means, so based on the categories, different categories of packets we are having. So based on this, for every category there will be a feature. Okay, a feature selector will be created. Okay, for example, HTTP packets means, for HTTP packets you will be having a separate feature. So for ping packets, okay, that means ICMP packets. For ICMP packets, okay, you in the previous slide we discussed sync packet, ICMP packet, TCP packet, UDP packet. Okay, we discussed different types. Okay, you can go to the slide number. Okay, wait, slide number. In slide number this is. So for everything, for every type of packet, there will be a separate feature will be created. Okay, ICMP, UDP, TCP, okay, and then sync. Okay, you take only 4 for this 4. So now come here. So for these 4 different types of packets, okay, separate features will be selected. Then by using this particular feature, we are going to train our model. Okay, that is called the model trainer. Okay, model trainer. So once the model is trained, okay, you are going to have a final model. This is completely a trained model. Okay, what is this means? Nothing. You just take, this is a baby, okay, a small baby. I am explaining this to you to understand. This is a small baby. Okay, so this baby cannot understand anything. We are going to teach the baby. Okay, we are going to teach the baby. Okay, this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. Okay, I am going to teach the baby. Okay, I am going to show the picture of A. This is A. So A means it is one type of packet, that is called one feature. B means it is one type of packet. C is another type of packet. D is another type of packet. So I am going to show the baby. Okay, then now the baby is completely trained. Okay, the baby is completely trained. That is called the model trainer. Now, so the baby is ready. After this, if I show A, picture A, if I show to baby, okay, the baby is going to say, okay, this is A. Okay, so if I show C, okay, so picture of C, if I show to baby, okay, he or she is going to tell this is C. Okay, this is the model. So now this model is a well trained model. Okay, it is a well trained model. So the model will be ready. So this is going to be the second phase, okay, or the second module. Now in the third module, what I am going to do means, now I am going to take my model, okay, that means the trained model, and I am going to take my database. This is having the collection of attacks. Now if I use these two things, automatically, so this model is going to identify whether it is a attack or not. Okay, so that means the baby is trained. Now I am going to show, okay, I am going to take A and going to show it. So automatically, so the model is going to classify. So it is going to classify based on these algorithms. So these are all called the 3 machine learning algorithms. So what are the 3 machine learning algorithms we are going to use means, okay, we are going to use KNN algorithm, okay, decision tree algorithm and naive Bayes algorithm. So these are the 3 different algorithms we are going to use to classify, okay, our attacks. And finally, if it is if a particular packet, I am taking a particular packet, I am going to show it to my model. My model will tell based on these 3 things. It can apply KNN, or it can apply decision tree, or it can apply the naive Bayes, anything, and finally my model will tell this is a attack packet or this is a non-attack packet. Okay, this is a okay, don't use that word attack, it is use a malicious packet. So my model will find it is a malicious packet or it is a non-malicious packet. Malicious, legitimate, use the word malicious, legitimate. So malicious packet or legitimate packet. So if it is a malicious packet, it will give the alert. This is the module number 4. The fourth module is giving the alert message. Okay, it will give the alert message. So this is how our system is going to work. Now, very important thing here, they will ask about this KNN, decision tree and naive Bayes. These are all the 3 machine learning algorithms, supervised machine learning algorithms. In your report, this is available. KNN, decision tree and naive Bayes is available in your report. Now, you have to be very clear in this, how this KNN algorithm is working, how the decision tree algorithm is working, how the naive Bayes algorithm is working. You have to read it. Okay, you have to read it and understand this. Even if you just Google it, okay, you will get millions of pages you will get. So try to understand what is KNN, how KNN is working, how the decision tree is working, how naive Bayes is working. Okay, suppose if they ask okay question, you have to answer this. So this is about the designing part. Now we are going for the next part. It is a prototyping part. So for the prototyping, there are so many different prototyping models available, but in our project we adapted, okay, the evolutionary model is, okay, we adapted. So according to the evolutionary model, there are 6 different steps available: requirements, quick design, build the prototype, user evaluation, refining the prototype, implement and maintain. So we used all these steps, all the 6 steps we followed in our project, and the result of our project, okay, we made a different, we made the prototype. Now, the prototype we designed for 4 different scenarios, okay, we are going to have in our project. For every scenario, we design this prototype. So this is scenario 1, then scenario 2, scenario 3, scenario 4. So in our project we are having 4 different scenarios. So for every scenario, okay, we drew the prototyping, okay, we have done. Now, so scenario 1, okay, it is a single attack scenario, denial of service attack with a single attacker. Now, so this is the IoT network we are taking. So in the IoT network, there are a lot of IoT devices available. So all the devices, they are going to communicate with each other, they are connected with each other. Now, this is a malicious node. The malicious node is going to attack a single device from the outside. So it is an outside malicious node. Okay, I'm getting some malicious packet. The other end, you can see the legitimate packets. So this is a legitimate node. Okay, outside my network, it is communicating with my network, my IoT network. But from here, okay, I'm getting a legitimate packets. Now, our system is going to detect whatever the proposed system is going to detect, okay, the malicious packets and the legitimate packets, okay, from the single attackers. So this is first scenario we are going to implement. Then the second scenario is multiple attacker scenario. Now in the same IoT network, we are going to have, okay, the next type of scenario we are going to test in our project is more than one attackers. So if you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 malicious attackers, okay, sending the packets, malicious packets to our network. And there are 2 legitimate nodes. So in this case also our system is going to identify the malicious packets and the non-malicious packets, particularly denial of service attack. Then the third scenario is distributed. So the first 2 scenarios are denial of service attack. The next 2 scenarios are distributed denial of service attack. So now here in the distributed denial of service attack, a huge volume of packet, it is going to target a single victim. A single victim, okay, will be targeted by the huge flooding of packets, so which will be initiated by a single attacker by using the botnet. This word is very important, botnet. So this is a botnet. So by using the botnet, okay, so more number of packets will be sent to a single victim or a single device. Okay, so what is a bot? This is called BOT, bot. You can say bot or you can say botnet. Okay, bot means these are all infected computers. These are all already infected, security is compromised. Okay, these computers are already infected computers, security is compromised in this, and these computers will be controlled by the attacker. Okay, it will be controlled by the attacker. So this is the third scenario, okay, we are going to focus in our project. there. The final one, scenario 4, is classifying different types of attacks, different types of packets. Now, so our system is going to classify, okay, it is going to classify the ICMP packets. In ICMP you will be having, okay, you will be having the legitimate, and also you will be having the malicious. Same in UDP, if you take UDP packets, okay, user datagram packets, in UDP also you will be having the malicious and you will be having the legitimate. So you have to divide. So our system is going to divide it, and then TCP packets and the sync. So in sync also you can have a legitimate sync, you can have the malicious sync. So our system is going to detect all these things. Okay. So this is the fourth scenario that we are going to test in our project. So this is the about our project. So almost we have completed the designing part. Okay. So we are going to use the machine learning algorithms, supervised learning algorithms, particularly 3 algorithms. One is the KNN, second one is the naive Bayes, okay, and then the third one is decision tree. So these are the 3 different algorithms we are going to use in our project, and we are going to detect the distributed denial of service attacks in the IoT networks. Okay, so this is the conclusion. If you can add anything, I am just giving you a overall idea, and these are all the references, the papers that what we referred for our project. So thank you very much. Any questions? So now what you do, I have given you the overall idea. You have to go through this. You can divide among yourself, all the 3 you can divide among yourself, okay, and make the presentation, and I want to see your presentation on Saturday, okay, Saturday night, evening, okay, evening after 6, okay, you can send me. Tomorrow I am very busy, tomorrow I am going out Friday. So Saturday we will meet. So Saturday I want you to present, Saturday one time you have to present, and again Sunday I want you, okay, you to present. Okay, so this is our plan. Okay, thank you.